guys, what's up? It's Joe Ready from Rady's Rides. I'm here at Loki Infiniti, sunny Clearwater, Florida, and we have a Rady's Rides first. This is our first, not only Infiniti review, but definitely this particular model. This is a 2019 Infiniti Q60 Red Sport 400. So let's talk a little bit about Infiniti. Infiniti is that premium brand of Nissan. Toyota has Lexus, Nissan has Infiniti. Infiniti really is a brand where they focus not only on design, but also performance. And you'll see that with this Q60 400, that there's definitely performance underneath the hood. Now, this particular model came to the sales floor back in 2017. And you know what? I think when we go over the outside, you'll see that they hit the nail on the head. There's a few other places that maybe need to be updated, but let's go ahead, dive into this Q60 Red Sport 400. Right off the bat, love the design. Nice, sleek, low nose, LED lighting with the DRLs perfectly set up, looks very sinister. Now, what I love about the front of this car, no fake vents. Down here, what they did, very smart. I like the touches with the fog lamp. Beautiful carbon fiber, that's the real deal stuff, located down here. And what's nice is it's so slim and trim that it may appear to be a fake vent, but no, there's not enough plastic there or carbon fiber to make it look like that. It actually has like a design to it. Now, as we come across the front grille area, this is that unique Infiniti grille. I love the gray, the nice chrome trim around. And another thing that's great about this car is that everything matches. There's not a bunch of mixture of different materials. I think it's very smart how they took the lower lip spoiler, integrated it right into the front fascia. That's gonna help scoop air into that engine compartment, cool the radiators and whatnot. That iconic Infiniti badging in the front, very, very nice look. But I'm telling you, the way that this nose slopes down really gives it such a racy look. Now, there's distinctive body lines here. One starts right in the grille, comes up onto the front fascia, and then fades before it gets into the hood. Two high peaks for the fenders gives you such great visual points, reference points out the windshield, really makes it great. Now, as we come around the bend here, you're gonna notice some very nice touches. Beautiful 20-inch wheels. So this is a 20-inch wheel. This one has the sport brake package on it. So the nice 4-piston calipers up front, bright red with the Infiniti logos, and the wheel with this color combination, spot on. Now, as we go into the fender treatment, this is a fake vent. So I am gonna zonk it for being fake, but I'm gonna take away half a zonk because that's beautiful carbon fiber. I think that both of us would agree on that. This is an S model with the 3-liter turbocharged, twin turbocharged engine underneath that hood. If you notice, there's nice little body extensions that help with aerodynamics. On the lower sill, it extends out all the way to the rear and kind of fades in. As we come up, you can see that, guess what? They took more of that carbon fiber and spilled it on this car. Beautiful carbon fiber on the side mirrors with your turn signals built in. And I just love the overall flow and design here. It's almost like somebody just carved this with their hands, a big block of clay. You got a nice sunroof. Another thing I want to point out to the style is, guess what? There's no separation between the glass here. It looks like all one piece. I think that's a super nice touch, and I think it's great that Infiniti, because of their higher class level, you get the nice chrome trim, even some chrome on the door handle. Now, as we work our way to the quarter window, this is so unique to this car. Love the shape, love the design, and I think it was smart to do that because it gives the car specific personality. Coming out back, it doesn't stop here. You have the carbon fiber right built. Look at how it's built into the edge. It's not actually on the trunk, it's built into the edge of the trunk. Carbon fiber all the way across. That's gonna give a little bit extra downforce, which is never a bad thing. This car is rear-wheel drive. As we drop down, you got those nicely shaped LED taillights, Q60S badging, and then as you work your way down, we have that Red Sport specific exhaust, gloss black diffuser, very nice touch. The only zonk area is, why did they have to put the plastic on the side corners there? I don't know why they did that. They should have just left it beautiful, that nice candy apple red color. Other than that, hit the nail on the head. My favorite part about this car is exterior design. Let's go ahead though, pop the hood and see what we're working with power plant wise. All right guys, we got the hood popped on this Q60. Underneath that hood, what are you looking at? You are looking at a 3-liter V6 twin turbocharged, made it to a 7-speed automatic transmission. This is rear wheel drive. It actually has a steer by wire system, if you could believe that. 400 horsepower, 350 pound-feet of torque. That 400 horsepower comes in at 6,450 RPM, 0 to 60, 4.4 seconds, top speed 155 miles an hour. If you're wondering how much does she weigh, 3,862 pounds. Those brake rotors behind those 20-inch wheels are 14-inch rotors, and this car does have an adaptive suspension system. Let's go ahead though, fire it up, and see what she sounds like. All right, guys, we're inside the 2019 Infiniti Q60. I know you're probably saying, Joe, I'm liking this car. I like the color. I like the shape. Those performance numbers sound good. How much does it cost? MSRP, the way that this one sits, is $64,795. Let's see what you get for the money. Now, the door panels are drop dead, dripping of sexiness. I love the dark red color, nice leather, so soft. Brushed aluminum, you got some silver carbon fiber trim there, the brushed aluminum speaker cover covering the Bose sound system. Very nice door panel. Even at the top, the stitching, the contrast stitching looks great. Now, as you come inside, here's where it gets a little wonky. I do like the dash. I like the way everything's pushed forward. There's more of that contrast stitching. I'm not digging this. This split screen, very, very dated, but soft material. That silver carbon fiber pattern, very nice look. It's almost like a carbon fiber brushed aluminum look to it. It really is sharp. As we get into this infotainment system, like I said, just looking at it again, I'm not really loving it. I am gonna zonk that. You have your color infotainment system here. You can get into your different settings and whatnot fairly quickly. You got a clock you can bring up, your compass. Here's where it's a little slow. So I hit the clock and it took about an hour just to get here. So that to me is where we're gonna zonk this. This needs to be updated. A lot of gloss black. You do have a nice little lid here where you open her up. You got a 12 volt and you got the felt lining. So if you have a gold plated Samsung flip phone, you can slide in there because that's about the only type of phone that's gonna fit there. I would say that's probably if you're gonna run a radar detector or something like that, that's where you're gonna connect it. Now this is gonna be controlling that 7-speed automatic transmission. I do like the leather on the boot, on the shifter here with the stitching, the Infiniti logo. You do have this nice rotary dial, which I'll show you when you come over to the business end of things, can not only navigate you through the infotainment system and whatnot, but also do other features as well, which is really great. You have your camera setting. I'll have Tom kind of zoom back in and show you that, of course, we have our camera out front, camera 360 camera over top. We could go into change view. There we are on the lower sill where the door is opened. That's the passenger door right there. So it does give you some very unique setups when it comes to the camera. There we are out back, which is nice. You have your drive modes, which we'll talk about that when you get to behind the wheel, the business end. Very tasteful looking cup holders. Here's our key fob. It's a little bit on the dated side. I would like to see even the key fob updated besides the infotainment, but this is great. The center console, very soft. I love the leather. Flip it up, 2 USBs. You got another 12 volt felt lining, which is really nice touch. And then these seats are fantastic. They have just enough bolstering to make it worth your while, but they're also comfortable. I love the pattern of the stitching and whatnot. They are heated, which is great. And they really, like I said, for somebody my height, 6 feet tall, with the sunroof, they fit really, really well. So super soft. But why don't you come on over to the business end of things and I'll show you behind the wheel of this Infiniti Q60. All right, guys, we're in the Q60 Red Sport 400. This is the business end. So you can see driver's seat, fully electrical functioning, which is great. That lower lumbar, I know I love on the back. On my lower back, you have the aluminum sill down here that lights up Infiniti at night. That's a really nice touch. Steering wheel. I like the thickness. I like the design. The buttons look very tasteful. They're flat black, so you're not going to get fingerprints and all that all over the place. You do have these very cheap looking plastic paddles behind the steering wheel to go through that 7-speed automatic transmission. Here's where your start-stop button is located. It looks very tasteful with the chrome trim around it, and then gauges. Very simply set up. Analog tach, analog speedometer. You could go into those different drive modes. There's snow, there's eco when you want to save the environment. There's standard. That's when you're feeling like a kind of like a normal mood. And then of course there's sport and sport plus. Personal, that's where things get a little, you know, unique for you. That's where you could set up and tailor make all of the settings just for you. That's what that personal means. Not that the car doesn't want to tell you because it's personal. But driving position I really like. Windshield looking out the front is really great. Why don't we go ahead? I know you're probably wondering. Let's see if I can get in the back seat of this Infiniti Q60. All right, guys, back seat time. Can somebody 6 feet tall like myself get in the back? I've moved the seat forward. Here we go. Getting back, going all the way. Touchdown. So as you can see, very, very cramped, obviously, with that low roof. This is somewhere where if we need to go 10, 15 minutes, I'll be okay, but I'm not gonna wanna go further than that. What's nice is though, is they wrap this whole back area in leather. I mean, this leather is very soft, very supple, very beautiful to look at. It's just you're gonna be looking at it from a lean angle just because of where that roof is. You do get 2 cup holders and a place for a cell phone or whatnot, but other than that, I really wouldn't wanna spend time. I'm definitely not spending time if this was my car. If this is my car, I'm behind the wheel, you're sitting here. But let's go ahead, check out the trunk space and see what kind of room we have in this Infiniti. All right, guys, time to see what kind of junk can we put in the trunk of this Infiniti Q60. So I'm gonna hold down the button on the key fob, pop she goes. You know what? Quite impressive the amount of space that is in the back of this vehicle, especially it being a 2-door. I like the size of the opening. Those seats are gonna fold down, and what's nice is you can just pull the tab right here. Very nice setup. You got your hookups for a cargo net or whatnot to hold everything in there. But if you're ready, I'm ready for the best part. Let's take this Infiniti Q60 for a spin. All right, guys, we're leaving Loki Infiniti. We're in the Infiniti Q60. We're gonna roll on out and get a little taste of what this car is all about. Now remember, this car does have electric steering, which right now it's very, very responsive. Get on loud pedal. That 7-speed does the business. I'll tell you that right now. I actually had it in Sport Plus mode. One thing that I am gonna zonk though is the exhaust note. I would like a little bit more exhaust, whether it's real exhaust, simulated exhaust, piped in exhaust, something. Well, hopefully the fumes aren't piped in, but some kind of sound just to give you a little bit more of that feeling that you're going as fast as you're going. Because this car is deceptively quick. That's the one thing, and it's very, very smooth. Being an Infiniti product, great sound deadening material in here. Visibility out the front windshield's great. I love the steering wheel. Gauges, I'm on the fence. I'm not gonna zonk them. I just think that in the 21st century, there should be full digital. I mean, that's what everybody's moving to. If you could get it in a Mustang GT or whatever, you should be able to get it in your Infiniti Q60 at $65,000. This has got to go. This is the biggest zonk right here. Second biggest zonk in the interior, no ventilated seats. Once again, at $65,000, this car should have ventilated seats. Overall though, very, very smooth. And I'm telling you, the steering on this thing, it's like, I think it and we're turning. So that, to me, really makes me feel that they did their homework on this electric steering in this car, which is very fascinating to have that kind of feedback coming from it. Because usually it's either you get numbness and no feeling, or it's just too overly done. This one is really spot on the money, which I really, really like. I like the finishes in here. You know, you have this, I'm calling it silver carbon fiber pattern going on. It's very tasteful. And it's something different. You know, so many manufacturers just go gloss black or something like that. It's tastefully done. Thing that just, my eyes keep getting drawn to this as an eyesore, and I'm just like, Joe, focus more on the driving experience, because this does have a nice, pleasant driving experience besides that exhaust sound, which I would like. But I'm looking forward to getting this into our little twisty section here to see how she handles being rear-wheel drive and weighing as much as she does. But remember, that twin turbo V6, it's got the power. That's definitely for sure. But just driving on the highway here, very smooth. I think the biggest thing I could say about the interior is the seats are so comfy. The leather is so nice, the color, everything about it, the leather in this car gives me 2 thumbs up for sure. But then once again, I look over here and I'm reminded of what's going on. I'm sure on the next redesign, all of this is gonna be taken care of, but really, whose idea was it to go double screens? I'd rather just have one big, large vertical screen, which, hey, who knows? That may be what the next one entails. But very, very smooth driving car. What I'm gonna do is you switch the stick over. That's gonna put me in manual mode. It does give you a nice gear indicator in the lower left-hand corner of the digital display. I'm in 5th gear. Drop it down to 4th. Drop it down to 3rd. On throttle. Fast shifts with the paddles. Brake feedback is great. Downshift into 3rd. Downshift into 2nd. Good feedback coming from the front. Ooh, I like the tip in here. Very nice. Roll on throttle. Nice and smooth. Here we go. Wow. This thing is fun in manual shift mode. It really is. And I don't know if you noticed, but when we came off that turn, it allowed me just to have a little bit of kick from the rear of the car to square off that corner and shoot us out like a missile. That to me says, you know what? The traction control in this car is dialed in. Because it's nice to have just a little bit of slip to square off that corner and shoot you out. That's what I really love. And that's really, if you were to go do a track day with this, which is totally doable, I think you're gonna have a good time. So here we go. On brakes, 2nd gear, tip it in. Nice, it tracks very, very nicely. You come out wide. Look at this, this is great. Hit the apex, on throttle, shift. Very nice. Really smooth. I mean, with the smaller twin turbo setup, that's gonna help eliminate some of that boost lag that you get in some turbo power cars. So that's the great thing. You know, if you ever wonder, well, why do people sometimes go single turbo or twin turbo, whatever? With a twin turbo setup like that, you are gonna get really nice boost buildup, which is amazing in this car because it is so smooth. Shifts are nice, downshift in the 2nd gear, tilt it in, good feedback. I'm telling you, the electric steering in this car is quite surprising. Rolling out on throttle. Just want a little bit more sound. Please, Infiniti, a little bit more sound, at least in the sport sharp setting. We have different modes. We have adaptive suspension. Why not have adaptive exhaust node? That's what this car really, really, truly needs. All right, guys, we're gonna go in our little turn here. 2nd gear, on the brakes. Really nice input from the front end of the business. Shift in, look at this. Oh God, this is awesome. Here we go. Very nice. I'm telling you, it's deceptively quick. And the car handles really, really well, and it communicates to you in a way that if you know what the heck you're doing, you really can take full advantage of this car. And then at the end of the day, you know what? You put it back in automatic mode, you put your arm up on the top of the door panel here, and you just cruise on home like nobody's the wiser. That's what I like about cars like this one. But we're gonna go ahead, get back to Loki Infiniti, wrap this one up. Even though I'm having a blast, sometimes all good things must come to an end, but we're gonna go ahead, wrap it up, because we got more to bring to you here on Rady's Ride. So I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been one wonderful day here at Infiniti Loki, our first Infiniti on Rady's Rides. Definitely got to thank Paul and everybody here at the dealership for opening up the doors and getting us access. This is our first. There's going to be more from Infiniti Loki. If these are the types of cars that you like to see on Rady's Rides, leave a comment in that comment section. If you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on Rady's Rides, click the link in the description. Get yourself some Rady's Rides merch from Spreadshirt. We have the all-new Zonk shirts, thanks to Lori with her awesome design. Speaking of awesome, we got Tom big guns, working the camera, getting the awesome angles on this really beautiful Infiniti. Check him out at Mosh Photos on Instagram. He's doing the business when it comes to camera, no matter what kind of camera. He's even using a pinhole camera for some of his shots. The old Quaker's Oat bottles. But anyways, good job, Tom. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.